Welcome to this commentary. It will be at a bit lower frames per second because this is a long game as well. Not as long as game 2, but it is longer than game 3 and giving me trouble on this computer. So I hope you will bear with me even though the FPS is a bit lower than the normal FPS. This is game between LiquidTLO and Happy, and we have Happy spawning here in the lower left corner as the yellow Terran on Shakuras Plateau. We have LiquidTLO, or just the little one, spawning as the purple Terran in the lower right corner. And if we look at the production tab, we will see that both players have started to build their supply depot at 10 supply. As we have seen in the former games, these players use the same start on the build order, and it is the recommended standard build order for Terran, giving them the possibility to modify their command center to an orbital command starting at around 235. It's a very good start and I recommend it to anyone playing Terran. The 13 refinery is coming up. This is the 12 barracks and this was the 10 supply depot. All you need to remember, and 16 orbital command we will see soon as well. As we can see, LiquidTLO was also a few seconds ahead when starting to scout. The SCVs running past each other there in the high grass. Both players almost at the same time starting to transform their command center to orbital command. Both also training their first marine to be able to chase away the scouting SCVs. LiquidTLO starting a bit too early in my opinion with the second supply depot. On the other hand, Happy is starting with his second supply depot a bit too late. So somewhere between these two, I suggest you start building your supply depot. It should be able to finish before you hit 19 supply, and therefore you should start building it around 16 supply or maybe 17, depending on what you're planning to train, of course. Both players now at 21 out of 27, and we see both players building factory, LiquidTLO being a few seconds in ahead again. We see Happy building his second refinery, finishing it there, while LiquidTLO is neglecting gas for now. Here comes the starport for Happy and starport for LiquidTLO. So it's a 1-1-1 build for both players. We can see that LiquidTLO is defending the ramp leading up to the natural expansion here, while Happy is defending the ramp down to the natural expansion. A small difference in defensive strategy. An SCV and a Hellion moving out on the board here. A medevac being trained by LiquidTLO. We see an expansion for Happy being built. I hope you've seen game 1, 2 and 3 because I might spoil them for you now. If you haven't, please start watching them right away and get back to this game later. In the former game, in game 3, we saw TLO expanding before Happy, and this time Happy is expanding before TLO. An interesting difference. Now we have 3 Hellions here moving out, soon to be joined by a 4th maybe. I don't see what's happening here. We have a Viking there. We have a lot of Marines moving in here, killing off the Medivac and the rest of the drop here, while also these Hellions are able to sneak into the base. Completely no guard at the entrance, but these siege tanks force them to retreat right away. But while that happened, TLO started building his expansion. As we can see, this command center is morphing into an orbital command. Slightly damaged. Still just 3 production buildings and only 1 with a tech lab. We see a Viking moving in, scouting the base here for TLO, and TLO assigns a Marine to chase it away. Hellions being repaired. Anything being researched there? No. A 3rd expansion is going up for TLO. This 2nd is placed on its natural, and it's being transformed into an orbital command. This orbital command is ready and is producing SCVs. So Happy is saturating his main base instead of lifting this. Okay, he's lifting it away now down to his natural. These 2 Hellions have control of the Selnaga towers, so I could say that TLO have map control right now because he has these 2 centrally placed Selnaga towers. And this 3rd expansion is soon finished here. Stim is being researched by TLO. That will make a difference if we see a large bio army. Even his 3rd expansion is turned into an orbital command. Happy seems to have taken a break, only training 1 SCV. Is he saving up for something? No, he is supply blocked. That's the reason, but still no supply depots being built. Now he's building 2. And the refinery here at the natural expansion. Siege tanks moving out with 3 siege tanks and 3 Marines. We also see a few Vikings being attacked here. And they are engaging the siege tanks and Marines, this aggressive group. 1 Marine being fried there. And now it looks like Happy is the one with map control, but he's retreating his small army here. No, he isn't. He is taking control over the Selnaga towers with each 1 Marine. 1 Marine per Selnaga tower. All that's needed. Okay, we have 3 barracks, 2 more being built, and 1 factory. So he will be up to 6 production buildings. Happy will be up to 6 production buildings. Meanwhile, TLO has so many barracks and still producing more. 7 of them here. We have a factory here. We have 1 starport there with reactor. Okay. And an SV taking a break here, holding his minerals. And 1 there. I think that TLO needs to use the F1 key a bit more frequently. The F1 key gives you control over 1 SCV not doing anything at the moment. So it's a good thing to use at times. We have a dropship here from TLO at starting position in the north. Where will this go? We will follow that medevac for now, while his army in the middle here is flying around, just Vikings. Okay, he's dropping at this position, probably wanting to see if there's an expansion here. 1 marauder in this drop. Stimming out, checking this position, nothing there, so he moves down to the natural and nothing there as well. Healing up his troops, being ready to drop them later again. So 3 against 2 bases for now. We see another base being built here for Happy, perhaps for landing here. If he's going to land it here, he will get into trouble with these. Okay, we have 4 barracks, 2 factories, 1 starport in this space. We have the 7 barracks here, 6 of them with attachments, 1 factory there, and a starport with reactor there, and then a factory here. More production buildings being built here, starports, all of them. You see a large army moving down here to be able to defend this base, and at the same time we see a drop here. I will go back to that drop. We are backing up 1 minute. I did not see this medevac leave TLO's base. This is actually the second time I'm watching this game, but the first time something went wrong and I stopped before this point. So it's the first time I see this medevac coming in. There's a turret being built, but it's not finished, and the marauders dropped will help out in killing that turret. There it goes. We can see them destroying another turret here, killing off a few, no, just 1 marine before being destroyed. We see a small group of marauders standing here at the Selnaga Tower. Nothing at this Selnaga Tower. And this command center is being morphed into a planetary fortress. It is a rather dangerous position on this base. Two Vikings skating away. We see another expansion for TLO here, so he will be up to 4 bases, while Happy just got his 3rd up and running. Large engagement here, Happy having a very good fallback position. Not that many marines left though. see TLO trying to attack this line of siege tanks. 2 siege tanks being destroyed. I do not know how many marauders got killed there, but there must have been a lot of them. Okay, Happy trying to move up to this natural expansion in the north. Having to siege up his tanks, having one of them destroyed again. The siege tanks being able to attack this starport, this supply depot and this starport as well. Marines moving up here, killing off a few SCVs. This Banshee chasing away these 2 siege tanks, which are destroyed immediately by this guard detail of TLOs. These 2 Marines keep killing SCVs here. And as we can check by the unit tab, we see that Happy is now up on SCVs. TLO has 47 and Happy has 62. Mighty impressive army of Happy is moving in again here. Not as large as the last one, but large enough, I would say. A lot of Marines being killed there right away, and these 2 Banshees chasing away the remains of his former large group of units. Okay, a group coming up from the south. I should have seen that on the minimap, and killing off one of the Banshees. Happy is up to 4 bases soon. He is expanding to this natural expansion in the north. Natural expansion for this base, this starting position. So they will be equal in bases. We see that the main base of TLO is soon mined out. We see that the main base of Happy also is soon to be mined out. 2 saturated bases and 1 non-saturated for Happy. And I would say with these emus that this one is saturated. Even though it might be lacking a few SCVs. Not that many though. We see a drop coming down from Happy. Meanwhile he is putting the pressure on down here. Let's see what will happen first. Will he move in with this group, or will he... Okay, this Banshee harassing his main army, forcing him to retreat for now. And this group was spotted. Guard detail coming up here on the high ground, chasing away Happy's drop ship. Before next engagement, Happy is starting on his 5th base. And now he is building... Now he is being ahead on bases. We can see that he is researching armor level 1. Do we have... no, can't find any. No armory. The research for TLO is level 2 armory here. He is building an armory here. Something is happening here. We see Happy moving closer to this area. Will there be a sneak attack here using the view of the medevac and the Vikings? I guess so. He's moving in and ignoring the fire from the turret, letting the Vikings take some damage and then doing a drop. Now the Marines will hold this position. We see TLO being supply blocked since one supply depot was destroyed. Large number of siege tanks are able to destroy some buildings here. Scans going down. And we see once more a Banshee that will be able to chase away. No, the Marines try to kill it off, and then he is retreating. We see a group coming up from the south. Okay, there goes the Banshee. Basically, if we look at the position where it's a bit lower sound, Happy is now working from 5 bases. His main base being mined out completely, but mining from at least 4 of them. Not saturated here in the north. TLO mining from 3 bases, not being able to expand into this or this area yet. Oh, even an expansion going up here, but I think it will be forced to cancel, yes, since this group of Marauders and Marines coming in there. A small engagement, TLO not having enough troops there. Happy somehow is able to have 199 supply. Building a command center here as well. So his 5 bases and his supply depots give him 199. Now he has 200 supply. TLO also having 200 out of 200 for a short moment there. So both are maxed out. We should see a very epic battle very soon. Happy is of course having the smaller army since he has 91 harvesters. TLO only having 61 harvesters. But it is Happy who is keeping map control, moving back and forth here between the Naga towers. We see him still building this command center here. The engagement is going to happen, I think. TLO had his army divided and a lot of infantry is being killed here. Mostly killed off from TLO, but both players have resources and production buildings to quickly replenish their armies. We can see that Happy has very large amounts of resources stockpiled. Many scans going down, of course. A Seeker missile chasing away the Vikings. And meanwhile infantry is moving in. Still siege tanks sieged up behind this high grass. TLO having problem with lag, obviously. 187 towards 187 for a while there. Of course it's not possible to just rush forward here, since the sieged up siege tanks will start battering you while you move forward. Okay, Happy is attacking this small group here at the same time as moving in, so he can attack the siege tanks in the southern part of that position. He's infantry being destroyed, but his siege tanks holding position around this Selnaga. These Vikings giving visions here, being chased away by these marines. And we see battleships coming into the battle. The siege tanks are not able to strike back at the flying battleships. And there are too few marines here right now. Even though TLO has the lower supply count right now, I think that Happy will need to retreat because of this pressure from the battleships. 4 battleships and 1 Banshee now. $180 towards 155. 188 towards 157. They are building up their armies again. Almost same position. Difference is that TLO is not up at 200 yet, and his main units are Vikings and battleships. Different composition. This expansion being denied and forced to cancel. This south position has now been tried out by both players, and both players had to cancel the building. But still, we have no expansion in the south position compared to this. This is the mirrored position, and TLO has left this open, but he has put down his orbital command here. An attack coming from Happy, so I guess this expansion will either have to lift off or being destroyed. TLO moves in with his army. And forcing Happy to retreat once more. Vikings and battleships are very good versus tanks and medivacs. I guess Happy needs more marines, and I wonder where they are, because he has 200 out of 200, and half of his supply is now SCVs. He has 96 SCVs, the double amount from TLO. Here comes Ravens, Vikings, Marines and siege tanks. Moving into this southern Selnaga. Happy is deploying sensor towers. He has 4 of them, checking everything on his side of the map with them almost. This marine checking out this position in the north, while this large battle is taking place. Okay, this battleship's got much damage, but is able to survive this battle. Once more, Happy is forced to move back with his troops. We should look at the income tab, and we can see that Happy is mining more than double the amount of minerals and gas compared to LiquidTLO, and stockpiling those resources, of course, since he is not attacking. He should be attacking now when he is at an advantage. Even though his army is a bit smaller, he has about 100 supply army compared to the army of TLO, who is actually about the same size in the resources. Engagement happening here. The battleships moving in, and we see Happy retreating and then attack. 2-3 of the battleships going down quickly. We see the Vikings also killing off this last one. I guess the remaining Vikings here are no match for the Marines and Vikings that Happy has. And LiquidTLO is surrendering GG and leaves. So resources can keep you alive, and since Happy was able to produce a lot of production buildings, he was able to hold his army for a very long time up at the 200 supply mark. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this 4th game. There will be a 5th game now, and I hope you will watch that one as well. See you in game 5. Bye bye.